Welcome to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host, Chris Steltz. Another episode with a Dogfish Head beer. This time we're looking at the fairly limited release. It is their Squall IPA, which is essentially an unfiltered version of their 90-minute ale, 90-minute IPA. Putnik champagne bottles, and they dry hop the hell out of this thing. And I've got a list here of the hops they use to dry hop it. Tried to memorize them, but it wasn't worth it, so I just wrote them down. So excuse me if I look a little unprofessional here, but it's dry hopped with Palisade, Amarillo, Simcoe, Cascade, CTZ, which I believe is a Czech variety, and Willamette. So there's a lot of different hop varieties in there. Citrus, pininess, earthiness from the Willamette, and if it's the CTZ, if it's a Czech, that's more kind of a noble hop, a spicy hop. But I've been looking forward to trying this. I like the 90-minute IPA. You can see I did a review maybe 4 or 5 reviews ago if you want to go check that out. I really enjoy that, so I figured, hey, what the hell, let's get try this. It is fairly limited. They did release it in 2009, even more so. This year they did produce more of it, so you should be able to get it. If you can get Dogfish Head, I'm assuming you should be able to get it. It is a limited run. Last 2009 they produced it twice, I believe in November and June. So I'm not sure, this is the first time in 2010 they've released it, so I don't know if they're going to do it again in November or not, but we'll see. It's basically a collaboration beer between Dogfish Head and a clothing company out of, I believe it's Portland, Maine, called Rogues Gallery. I looked on their website. I mean, they make kind of cool looking stuff. It actually looks a lot like, I guess I'm assuming they designed the label with them. It looks a lot like the label, like kind of this weird nautical kind of urban kind of stuff. I mean, it's expensive, nice stuff, but expensive, I guess. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I think it's roguesgallery.com. So yeah, with further ado, this is 9% alcohol, so it's about the same as 90 minute. I believe 90 minutes also 9%. So no surprises there. Let me get into a glass, let you know how it smells, how it tastes, and we will go from there. Check it out. Okay, so the appearance on this one looks very similar to 90-minute IPA. It's that that really light golden orange honey color, nice white head. Really not all that much carbonation. I was expecting a lot more head to form on this one, being that it was bottle conditioned. Not a lot on there, maybe a finger to half a finger's worth. It's not completely clear, but again, it's a lot clearer than I thought it was going to be. There's a little bit of haze in there. But being that it was bottle filtered, I was expecting some more. So overall, very similar to 90-minute IPA, a little bit less carbonation and not quite as clear as 90-minute. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one, let's say it's a solid 8. I mean, that's about what a double IPA should look like. So the aroma on this one, I was actually really surprised, because when you pour a 90-minute IPA, you don't get a lot of hop characters out of the bottle, which is always kind of surprising to me, based on how much hops they actually put into the damn thing. But this one was another story. I popped the cap without even pouring, and I was smelling hops like crazy out of this thing. So I was like, wow, okay, now we're talking. Smelling it, yeah, it's really hoppy. Lots of it smells a lot like a West Coast IPA. Lots of pine, lots of citrus. It's got that grapefruit, that lemon zest, orange rind, really, really, really solid smell to this one. I'm also getting a tiny bit of the earthiness from the Willamette. It's barely there. And when I say earthiness, it's kind of imagine like spices that you would spice like a roast with or something. That kind of spiciness, not real piney or fruity, more of like an earthy kind of savory kind of spice, and you get a little bit, and when I say earthy, that's kind of what I'm indicating. It can also smell a little bit garlicky or oniony, and that's on very rare occasions. I know Gubna from Oscar Blues, their canned double IPA, has that aroma to it. And some people get that, some people don't. It's just, the way your olfactory system works. But this one, yeah, I'm getting a ton of malt, ton of sweet malt, ton of pine and citrus. Smells really good. So let's get this one tasted. Tasted? I don't even know if that's a word, but I just used it. Wow. That is really, really, really sweet. Almost to the point where it doesn't taste like it was fully fermented. Sweet. I mean, it is really, really sweet. A lot sweeter than the 90 minute. Not a lot of hop bitterness. For the amount of hops that are in this thing, again, I'm not getting a lot of hop bitterness. I do get some of the fruitiness, citrus type characters in there. It does have Amarillo in it, and that might be what I'm detecting in this one. Amarillo is a predominantly really sweet hop. It's your tropical fruit, your peach, your mango, and this thing's getting in my way. That's the characteristics you get from that. That might be what I'm getting here, but there's a ton of sweet malt backbones. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words for this one. It's not very balanced at all. The sweetness really needed to be kind of mellowed out, and this is going to sound strange. The sweetness needed to be mellowed out a lot by a lot of hop bitterness. So maybe some more bittering hops in this one would have helped it out. It's just really not all that balanced. The sweetness is just predominant. I mean, it tastes literally like you're drinking like sugar water almost. I mean, not that bad, but it's really, really sweet. One of the sweetest beers I've ever had, if not the sweetest. It actually reminds me a little bit of their 120-minute ale, which is just it's kind of a mess. That's, like I said, I want to be democratic about that one, but if you can get a bottle with about 5 years on it, that'll be good. But yeah, when it's all said and done, it's okay. I actually like 90 minute a little bit better. I'm kind of disappointed by this one. So the final verdict, and I'm just going to go to a letter grade system. I've decided to abandon the numbers. I think I'm just confusing people, and I don't want to create any issues, and we're just going to do letter grades. So, if there's 100 million beers that I do, they get all B's or A's. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. It's just my dumb opinion. I apologize. So the verdict on this one, again, this is Dogfish Head. It is their Squall IPA, which is their 90-minute IPA, basically unfiltered, bottle conditioned, and dry hopped. I'm a little bit torn. Honestly, I'm going to give it a C. I was expecting more. I think it needs more bittering hops. And, who am I? But I think if it had more bittering hops and less kind of the malt backbone to it, it would balance out a lot better. I do like the 90-minute a lot better, and I like the 60-minute even more than that. So if you can get it, definitely get it. I think it'd be an excellent kind of like meal to have it like, or a beer to have it like like a cookout or something, just to share. It is limited, so if you do like Dogfish Head and you can, you want to try their limited stuff, definitely pick up a bottle. This was fairly cheap. It was only like $10. I think it is a champagne 750 milliliter bottle, so you do get, you get your money's worth. But again, this is Dogfish Head. It is their Squall IPA. Available now. I don't know for how much longer. I would imagine they just made one batch of it, shipped it out. So when it's gone, it's gone. So if you do want to get it, you might want to pick a bottle up if you can find it. Plus, it is a hop. It's a hop bomb more or less. So you don't want the hops that you can detect. You don't want them to kind of get lost in the sweetness of this one. It is Dogfish Head. It is their Squall IPA, 9% ABV. Available now. It's going to get a C for me. Not great, not the best Dogfish Head beer I've had, but it's decent. So until next time, cheers.